It's fucking glare, Ryan.
I'm shorter, so...
No, we discussed this.
No.
There can't be a goddamn glare.
That's your fault.
What are you guys even doing?
Shut up, Kyle!
I'm kidding.
Alright, and shut up. You little pussy.
No!
Tim Rock! Hey guys, welcome back to the Tempest Productions, and tonight we will be doing the movie review over HardCore Henry.
Woo!
Yeah, so Ryan actually didn't see it with us, which is a shame. He's not 17 yet. So Kyle and I went. By the way, guys, special guest Kyle. Want to introduce yourself?
Kyle is my name.
Yeah, it's Kyle.
Yeah.
All right. They already knew it when I said it, so I don't know why you said it.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, okay, so we're going to start talking about it. Ryan here is going to ask us a few questions about it since he didn't see it, and then Kyle and I are just going to talk about the pros and cons of what we liked about this without giving anything away, because there's no spoilers. So Ryan, if you want to start, it's cool.
Well, thank you, Nick.
No problem.
Well, we're gonna try to make this video short, so
Under 10 minutes.
Under 10 minutes. So okay, so a lot of people are gonna be asking the most about how was the first person perspective. How was it like? Was it used very well? Was it like very like? Were the shots clean? Were they very well done from a first person perspective or POV?
Okay, well, for a full length movie being shot in POV, I would say it was not bad at all. It like a Michael Bay film would be worse to watch than this 96-minute whatever how long it was movie, even though it was shot completely in first person. So I feel like this was better than some things we've seen before. So it is choppy and messy, but it just depends on how you film it and how it is filmed. And so I think the director did a really good job of doing that, which made the movie a lot cleaner and a lot more smoother, and which made the fans like it a whole lot better.
Well, I definitely agree. Like, I think maybe it could be more for like the younger audience. I think because definitely like if you're old, like if my parents probably went to it, they could easily get motion sickness because it goes a little fast.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because we did get warnings before we went in that this movie does cause motion sickness, and there was definitely an audience pick towards the younger generation because this is the movie that defies the action genre for this generation. So I think a lot of directors that this director has used is going to allow that sentence made no sense, but this director that has used this style of filming is going to have all these other directors start using it, and we already saw a little bit of that in the Brothers Grimsby, and I'm hoping to see it more throughout the next few action movies that we see.
Okay, so the POV. So you said it was fine. It was clean. There could be choppy sometimes, and that it's more focused towards younger audience. So my question is that since it's from a POV, how storytelling wise, how was it like? Because I know that with a movie, it's you can jump back to different characters to different times or different dates or however you want to do it to convey a story. What was it? So what do you think? Did you think they captured a cool story from this this man's perspective, only from this man's perspective, no one else's perspective?
Yes, I do, even though there are other characters involved. Obviously, there needs to be to complete this story. But they really captured the moments that you felt like you were Henry. They say it's like Call of Duty, and yes, because you feel like you're controlling Henry, even though you're just sitting there in the theater watching him, but you feel as if you're him, and you feel like you're in the exact same position as he is in, and that's what they did a really good job with the POV and the first-person point of view thing, so I think they did a great job of establishing that. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. Like took the words right out of my mouth.
Alright, so...
Nothing to say.
Alright, so I guess I'll just ask this question, and then we'll move on to some pretty basic topics to do the review. So this is considered the very first POV movie to be released on widescreens across the world. Do you think we will see more movies like this now in this generation, or do you think this will be like a relic, that this will be one of the few movies that have tried POV? Do you think in the future, what I'm trying to say is, do you think in the future we will see more HardCore Henry, or we will see more POV movies that could be used for different perspective, like romance, drama, western,
I didn't think about that.
like different genres. Do you think
Okay.
that in the future we will see those?
Like you mean like first person perspective?
Yeah,
Right,
first person
yeah, like
perspective.
that's its own original
Yeah,
genre.
yeah.
Like, because there's difference between found footage and POV. This was definitely POV. Like,
yeah.
Cloverfield was found footage. This POV, so there's a difference there. And to answer your question, I do feel like they will use both. Part of HardCore Henry because of the basic storyline and because you can do so much with it that you could do a sequel, or if you want it to be a standalone movie and have it as a classic, like I would consider HardCore Henry to be a classic of the new generation. And I feel like a lot of new young people are going to be seeing this movie with their friends, with their girlfriends, and boyfriends, whatever the hell that is. When you shut the fuck up.
You're
Right.
moving in closer
But
and closer. I'm losing Kyle.
I
like
feel like
this.
the new generation is going to love this movie and want to see more of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, so
I love the movie like all throughout.
yeah, definitely. It had a lot of great moments in it, and I feel like they really did a good job of capturing the POV. So I feel like we're going to see more of HardCore Henry and more of POV throughout the next couple of years. So in movie wise, and I do think it will be in other genres, not just action itself, because that would be really cool to see.
Yeah, definitely. Like say like if they did like a racing movie first person.
Oh yeah,
that would be pretty sweet.
That'd be awesome.
Because I mean, like it's like you're driving.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
One more question, and it's kind of
Thanks. Then we're gonna just talk about the basic storyline really.
It's
quick.
a two-parter, so I'm gonna make this really quick.
Yeah.
So for the director, this is considered his first movie.
Yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce his name, but yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay. It's like for this is the director's first movie. How do you think he did well, and do you think are you going to see more of his films?
Yes and yes. I definitely think he did a great job of because he also wrote the movie and directed the movie, so the debut for being both. I definitely think he has a career ahead of him, and I will see more of his movies.
I totally agree.
Okay.
Like I know I haven't said that much, but
All right.
Any more?
All right, Kyle. Kyle, I think we'll talk about.
You want to know how the sex scene was, right?
No, I do not.
Let's put it this way. You get my reference.
So, all right, Kyle. This is a question. This is a question more towards you than I'll ask you.
Fuck you, Ryan.
What were the pros of the movie? Like, what were like the definite pros?
Seeing it with Kyle.
They had the best, like probably one of the greatest like action movies I've seen. Like great first person shooter. Like it almost felt like a complete video game.
It's definitely cool.
It was great. I love the movie. When I was stepping out of that movie, I was like, this is like the best movie, like action, one of the best action movies I've ever seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So the pros of it that the action is well.
Yeah, that. And then for the cons, I'd say like maybe it should have like developed more of like a story because
that's
I
why
was
a lot of
so
critics
confused throughout the
got
whole
mad
movie.
at it.
Yeah, I think that's why I didn't get the best like rating it could have got. But honestly, the action that's what's like it sold it for me. I love the action. In
Definitely,
that movie.
it was really realistic.
It was great.
So yeah, I totally agree with
And
you.
also, it had a great soundtrack. I love it.
Yes, the soundtrack
music was
beautiful.
Amazing. Oh my
It was
gosh.
awesome. It made the movie so much more better, and I think the
Definitely.
director made a perfect choice with what he chose. So I really enjoyed that about the movie as well.
Like, I really hope they start making more. Like, if they make more movies like this, like I hope they don't make them suck because then it'll just get like they won't
repetitive,
be as,
like found footage.
Yeah, they just won't be as like appraised and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's my only fear about this first-person perspective is that like it's just gonna be like this is. I'm afraid this is gonna be like the new Paranormal Activity because like Paranormal Activity started the trend of doing found footage movies, and I'm afraid that Hollywood is gonna look at like these POVs as a way for quick cash grab because because HardCore Henry was on a very small budget.
Yeah,
and they could possibly make $1 million, like or millions more off of this movie because of how much it was advertised and how much it was. So I'm just afraid that Hollywood's gonna look at this as a cash grab and not really respect the genre as it is because found footage was for me. I loved Paranormal Activity 1 and I loved the Blair Witch Project. I thought those were great found footage movies, and I also love Cloverfield because the directors understood that this is a found footage movie, and that even though it is a found footage movie, that doesn't make you can make an awesome film out of it. because Hollywood now with found footage and found footage now, they're just basically just like jerking off, like basically here's a found footage, here's a found footage, here's a found footage, you know, like, and I'm tired of
Except
that.
if you're Ryan, nothing comes out, but because it doesn't work sometimes, but I don't know, this is just what he's told me.
That's not what BB said last night.
Okay, she's gonna watch this and like be really pissed off that you said that. I'm gonna kick his ass after the video. But yeah, and on that note, fucker, you know.
All right, so
let's do the ratings now.
Okay.
So okay,
you do the ratings.
Wait. How does it go?
You gave it a moderate.
I did. Okay, I forgot what I gave it, but yeah, I do think it's a moderate. Above that is average. I was considering it being an average, but it lacks so much storyline, and I know a lot of people are going to have problems with that because you don't need storyline in a movie like this. I understand that, but you do got to look at all points of the movie, so I'm going to give it a moderate, and I'm fine with that, even though I love the movie a whole lot more, but I got to look at it and perspective of the viewer watching it and just going through all the flaws and all the correct things that happen through this movie. So for me, I'd give it a moderate. What about you, Kyle?
Oh, I'd probably give it an average.
Okay,
like,
so
story, yeah, it needs a little improvement. I mean, you could probably, if you see the movie, you'll probably clue into what the story is because they start to explain it near the end.
Yeah.
So that's what's like a little confusing about it. But like I said, like before, the action in it, that's what really got me. Like it was just really good action. That's why I'd give it an average.
All right, totally fine.
So to sum up real quick, the pros of the movie is that the direction of the movie is awesome. The soundtrack is very good. And this is a very new perspective of a new genre of POV that is done very well, and in that the action is handled very well. And that I feel like that this could spawn a new POV movies, and hopefully that we could see more movies like that. And I'm just afraid that Hollywood doesn't abuse it, but they probably will.
Because it'll probably turn out to be like The Gallows, Project Almanac, or Earth to Echo, something shitty like that.
Yeah.
You like Earth to Echo.
Yeah, I do like Earth to Echo.
You do.
Dave Green.
He has I'm looking at the Blu-ray right now.
No, DVD.
Yeah.
Not worth it on Blu-ray, but it's worth it on DVD. But alright, we need to end the video, guys.
And
but this is
one last thing. The cons is that if you're looking for a movie with storyline, there is none. It's basically everything is like explained to the end.
It's just the shooter, basically.
I personally, like, if I wanted to go see this movie, I would personally give it an average because it's just like what I gave it for not Man of Steel, Batman v Superman. As long as I wasn't bored throughout the whole movie,
which you wouldn't be.
Like, as long as I'm entertained and that I could see this with my friends saying that, you know what, that's actually a pretty good movie, then I'll give it an average. The only time I probably would give it a moderate if like I was bored at some parts of the movie, and I'm like, oh my god, why?
Right, like it's just drags.
The whole movie, I never truly got bored with this movie.
No, I was entertained all the way through. All the way.
So,
alright, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. This is Temp Instructions. I'm Nick.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Kyle.
And let us know in the comments below if you think Ryan should shave half his beard. I think so. Kyle's got to shave it for work, but, you know, this pissed me off.
Yeah,
and you little pussy.
And have a good one.